everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here to work on our handmade journals. And what I did was I printed out some collage papers. I would like to make a couple of journaling cards and maybe a couple of pockets. So I also had these came out of my glue book, the math book glue book that y'all have seen the other day when we were making, what were we doing the other day when we used these? Let me see. Oh, I used it when I made, these horizontal belly bands that the camera didn't work, so that's what I was using them for. And I thought we could use those and some collage sheets. These collage sheets that are right here, I just actually pulled up in my AI and just made some collage sheets. So they're kind of no-nonsense type writing and stuff. So I thought we could use those as well. Also, if we have time, we might put lace on these pages, whatever. So without further ado, let's figure out what the heck we're doing today. Okay, so I have these, and I was kind of thinking of using these as pockets. Like a pocket, wouldn't that be cool? But I gotta back them. So if I back them though with anything that's heavy, I'd have to, in order to keep the rough edge, I'd have to try to cut around this. I'm not really sure. I may have to try to do that on our own. But anyways, let me see what we can do. We need some long pockets. I know that for sure. And I want to use these for journaling cards. So let's use these for long pockets. And when I say long, I mean across the page like this, the vertical this way with a thumb hole here. So we need to rip some of these up so that we can create some pockets. And I'm thinking that if we tear this, it might be just about the right size. But let's see. We'll see what it measures when and we're going to need 3 of them. So let's see what they measure. Okay, this measures, oh, that's like just about perfect because it's 8 inches, but let's see how long our pages are. Yeah, so 8 inches is perfect. Our pages are about 8 1/4. So what I'm going to do to back these is I saved my glue pages, you know that, like these, okay? And so I need my cutter. And I like the pockets to be right around 2.5 to 3 inches. So the first thing we're going to do is cut this to 8 inches. And then we want to make this maybe 3. I want to see how far 3 inches would be on a page. That might be pretty deep. Let's make it 2.5 inches. So if we do 2.5, that's good. So let's do a couple more. Beautiful. And normally I sew these, so what I'm going to do is just do lightly glue. I'm going to use my glue stick. And these are folded in half, so I'm going to just, anything that's not stuck. This one feels like it's pretty stuck together. Remember, we're going to sew them, so it doesn't have to be perfect. That one is as well. This one looks like we could put a little glue right here. Okay, because we're going to sew them, so. Okay, so we want our paper, and I actually want to just glue these to here. So I am going to use my glue book. I'm so sorry, the puppies are, the pool guy is here tiling, and the puppies are just barking up a storm. And I apologize. Beautiful, there's one. And I have some beige thread in my machine, so that might work. I don't know if I want to change it to black or not. But I will figure that out. And the reason I'm cutting them and not just adding them on is it makes it hard if I want to keep it close and save paper, because that's how I am. I'm kind of cheap. But no, I'm thrifty. I like to save paper when I can. Then if I put them too close, it really is hard to cut them apart. So there's two. And remember, these are pockets, so we don't really care what the inside looks like. I don't care. But if I'm using these, then I have just introduced red into this journal. And I'm not sure that I want a lot of red in here, but we'll see. Okay, so this is what we have. Make them kind of right side up. Again, these are collage sheets that I made in AI, so none of this writing makes any sense. It's nonsense writing, but pretty cool looking. And we can add collage sheets to this. We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. And I am thinking that I might want to perhaps, you know, just add some decoration to this a little bit. Maybe like this. So I think I'm going to take a little bit off of here. And then we can take a little off the bottom. I like it. And we could trim them up after. And I want to kind of do the same thing. I want to add a little bit of something to each one. I'm not exactly sure what. And then I may have to print them out, but I have something that we could maybe put on there. I'm just looking for some like little collage pieces. I don't know if this is going to work. I kind of like that. I purchased some bird digitals from Cheryl Francis Art, and I think that they might really work here. I thought I had one in here to try, but I don't. Oh, here. I was thinking of like these. And I think that's what we need to do. I keep it like wing oriented. So I really think that we need to put a thumb notch in here, but I think then with a little bit of collage, we could really make these cute. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to print out some of these. Okay, I did what I always do. I start doing something and I forget to turn the camera on. I didn't get that far, but I did get a little further than I had hoped. I kind of thought that I would do a little bit more of this with you, but that's okay. We're good. So what I did do is I did get them sewn. I changed the thread in my machine to black. And I did make a decision that I wanted to put them in the journal this way. So I sewed, I made a thumbnail and that. So we need to distress these. And then this is where I kind of went ahead. I went ahead and picked out 3 of the birds I wanted to put on there. And I added a little black accent here. I added a vine, a black accent there. And I just did some fake writing there with black. And I distressed these already, and I tore these. I don't even know where these came from. They were some sort of a freebie from somebody, I don't know. And anyways, I went ahead and tore them out because we're going to use those. But we're also going to use other things. And I pulled out black lace, brown lace, gray lace, and I thought, you know, there's not that many pages to add lace to, but if we need to use those and or cream, we can do that. So what I wanted to do is get these decorated in the journals. I did this one upside down. That one's going to have to go on the opposite side. It's okay. Been there, done that. This one too. Okay, so it looks like these two will go on one side and this will go on the other. That's okay. Kind of mix it up a little bit, right? So decorating, I just kind of thought I was holding these birds, just kind of trying to decide. I kind of wasn't sure which ones I wanted to go where, and I thought I kind of and then putting these on there. I just kind of wasn't all that sure about all this. Thinking maybe like this for this one, and then add a couple other things there, and maybe this one and these birds right here, maybe right there, and this one. And I know I wanted these gears next to this. I don't know if I want them up here. Or if I want them down at the bottom. Just that these kind of have to go at the bottom because of the way they are. And I kind of thought this would be cool, a little bit different. We could maybe put that there on that side and move our bird up to here, and then we still have some space here. Okay, and so we're going to pull down all of the stuff that we normally pull down to add to these, which are these little ones. I love these. They're so easy to find something in there. This one's kind of cool because I've got stars, and I know I have a couple other things in here. Oh, I have these numbers. That might be kind of cool. Then I have butterflies and birds. The only problem I'm having is these numbers have blue on them. That's kind of blue for me. What is this little thing? Oh, this one says beautiful. That might be good. If we add that where it says beautiful, I like it. But you know what we do have is, when we were looking before, we had numbers, grungy kind of numbers. Let's see if I can pull those out and see if we have anything in here that might go. Let me see if I have anything else that might interest me in here. Well, obviously labels. I always love labels. And mushrooms in that, but I'm not kind of into the mushrooms right now. But I do like these little craft things. So let's pull these. And let's just go through this stuff and find something to go on these. Okay. I want to see where I am in camera here. It looks like we have lots of space right over here. Okay. Okay. I think I need a sip of coffee real quick. All right, let's look through here and see. These are kind of grungy looking, so how about we could find something in here that either would fit okay, I like that one just like that. How about that? That was easy enough. Ooh, here's a little plus sign that could go. If we move this down just a little bit, move our bird down just a little bit, we could maybe put this plus sign up here somewhere. Let me see if we have. I don't know what I want to do with these. We got lots of brown things in here, though, I'll tell you. Really like the idea of something like this. In there, maybe like that. I like it. But now I'm questioning this because I really like these are brown. And I'm kind of liking those. Maybe if I put this underneath, be there, and then put this one going this way. I like that. I'll never remember where these are when I go to glue it all down, because that's how Tommy does it. Yep. What else we have in here? Some pretty cool stuff. We have an I. I don't think I need an I. W, L, O. Oh, you know why? I was looking for letters for something else. And that's why I'm finding all of them. Oh, we have a number 3. That's kind of different. Or an A. Let's see what we have in this box. In this box of goodies. You know, you go through these because I made multiple copies of them. And so, and some of them I use a lot. Depending on what I'm working on. Oh, here's a brown one. That might look good right there. Okay, I'm going to go with that. We can call these decorated. How about that? We just need to see if we have to, what we need to distress, what we don't. I love that we're keeping them pretty neutral. Oh, we should go with the darker, I think. This one is walnut stain. Now this is already distressed. This is, and I think this, we could do a little tiny bit on those white spaces, maybe. Grunge that baby up. Yep, okay. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn this and put it right about where I want that to go. And I'm going to use my glue stick. So now we can kind of move everything over. And we'll use our glue stick. I hope I'm in camera. Good. Good, Tommy, good. Okay. And if that's going to go there, and I want the birds to stick out a little, then I want them to go about there. And I think I want this A to go like this. And then that can go down then. This, oh, and this is cardstock, and so is this. So I need to do those with my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. Every time I think of something ridiculous or silly to me, I want to like flip out a little smiley face on a paper plate or something so you guys will laugh. I don't know. Silly. But that's how I think. I like it. And this is cardstock as well. So, and I printed these, when I say cardstock, I printed them on 110-pound index. It's like, it's a white index. You can buy it at Amazon. And it's the weight of a file folder. They have 90-pound. I like the 110. Just my own personal preference. There we go. I like that. Okay. On to the next one. Oh my gosh, we have a lot on this one. Okay, so I think we're good distressed there. This one has to be distressed. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Let's do this one first. And that can be done with a glue stick. Then this is going to go on here, and so this has to go right there, right below that little thing. I don't know, a red, looks like a T. Like I said, those are collage papers from like whatever the AI is in Microsoft. Or, oh no, I might have used Canva or something. And just printed out some collage papers. So they, literally, they don't say anything. I actually went in and changed a couple of the things that really stood out to me, and I put my own text in it. Okay, this is cardstock, so we need to use this. But they look pretty cool for collage papers anyways. Okay, we're going to put this one right here. Then we will put this. Oh, I wanted to put this underneath. Oh, poop. Maybe we'll put it right there. Okay, that's good enough. So I film way ahead, but I'm actually filming this on, oh, I don't want to go over this little birdie's beak. Okay, there. Oh, I'm actually filming this December the 29th, and my grandson is coming here for dinner tonight, and that'll be the last time I see him till he goes back to Japan. Okay, that one's done. I had to take a little cry break there. Okay, let's see. Let's move these. I'm going to move this in, and we need to see what we need to distress. But anyway, in addition to that, they finally came and tiled the other row of tile on my pool. So it's not grouted, but it is tiled. And it's my understanding that this pool should be done and water going in it by the end of the week. I'll be excited to see that. It was supposed to be done the 28th of November. Ooh, so by the time you see this, hopefully I will have a pool full of water. Anyways, I was real excited because they had done the edging tile on it and put the other tiles in my utility room. And they looked a little bluer than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be more like stone looking, like gray. There's like gray, tan, cream, dark brown, whatever. But there is some blue in it. But when they put it up, it looked kind of blue. But now I'm looking out my window and I see the blue, but they really look so pretty. My old tile was from the 70s. So we want to put this one down first. Okay. My old tile was from the 70s. And if anybody here, I'm going to age myself and you, if you remember this. My old tiles were copper tone colored. So if you remember that, you've aged yourself. Okay, we want to put this here. I want to put this under it, though, a little bit. So we want to put this one right there. And, you know, the pool wasn't that bad. I mean, it was old and it hadn't been updated or anything, but it really, you know, the pool itself was in fair condition. There were some marks where my vacuum had scratched through the finish a little bit, you know, because it's old. And, but what the real eyesore was the decking. What goes around your pool, the cement or whatever. And it was, I don't know if you know what skip troweling is, but it was it was a cool deck, but it reminds me of inside house skip troweling. And I don't know what I want to do with this one, if I want to put that there or I definitely want to put this here. I'm thinking of maybe changing these. But no, I don't. I want this up the top. Anyways, so, but the old decking was like all coming off, and evidently the original owners had like a diving board, I think, and took it out. And so it was just like chipped away where they took it out, the decking, and the bolts were right there and rusted. And I lived with that for a long time. It just kept getting worse and worse. And that was the real problem, is I needed to. And then from there, all the decking started chipping away. Because once you chip some of it, the weather, the rain, the wind, we've had, I don't know how many hurricanes since then, just starts ripping up those pieces of finish. So it was really, to me, it was a real eyesore. The water was pretty, the pool was okay, you know, but the decking was really an eyesore. So I'm so excited to be getting that done. And I think it's going to look real pretty. And for anybody that follows me on Instagram, I will probably put a picture of it up there. I'll be so excited about it. Okay, I think these look nice. Okay, let's get them in our journals. Or excuse me, I always say journals. I mean in the signatures. This is one journal. I very rarely do a one signature journal, so. Okay, and honestly, I don't think it really matters which one we put it in, but I'm thinking that I wanted to do it on the craft right here. So I'm thinking I don't want to do it that way. I don't think. Oh, I could. Yeah, I think I could. I think we'll do it that way. Normally, I think that I want to do them this way. So you would stick something in here. But this way would be kind of nice, huh? No. Okay, Tommy, give it up. It's okay. I'm smiling, people. I'm smiling. Okay, so we're going to go that way. Okay, so I want Gail Augustinelli and other people. I see other people do it, and they credit her. So I don't know if she started it, but if you put your thumb on the side you do not want to glue, it kind of protects you from making an error. And I have made errors till I learned that. But I did learn that from Gail. Okay, let's see. And I'm going to hold this down for a little bit, just because it's a long piece to have to stay glued. I'm really liking these journals. What it's happening though is I'm making them, and now I'm not putting them in my Etsy shop because I like to look at them on my bookshelf. I keep them in, when I get done with the journal, I put it in in plastic. Either if it's small enough to fit in a Ziploc bag, it goes in like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, freezer bag. If it's not, then I have other bags that I use, and that keeps them dust-free and, you know, hopefully odor-free. And I have dogs, so dog-free. Okay, now these two are going to have to go on the opposite side if I want to keep them like in towards this way. No, I don't want to keep it in towards that way. I think we can do it just like this. No. I better do it this way, because this craft paper is pretty thin, and this really gives it some stability. Oh, looky there. Got all kinds of threads going on there. Okay. I like threads. I don't want to glue them, that's all. Okay. Anyways, the craft paper is very thin, so if we have this out by the edge, it'll give it some stability. When you go to turn the page, it won't rip. Sometimes if the paper's real thin, all you'll have to do is turn a page a few times and you'll end up with a rip in it. Okay, we want to this one in this way. Oh, it's going to be fun. We can make when we make the cards to go in these and that. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so there's two. And then our third one is going the same direction, right? So we want to do it in the back side. That means we need to put something on the front side, and I was thinking we could do a flip or a tuck, something like that. That would also keep the front side of the craft. See, I go like this and then I'm off screen, right? Oh, geez, Tommy. I am so sorry, everybody. I get feeling kind of comfortable when I'm crafting, and then I just don't think that the camera's going up there. Okay, so we have our 3 bands, and I think here's our bands, our pockets, right? There's our pockets. I love them. And why don't we try to at least get a little lace in here? I think we should have enough time to put a little lace in there. Save your threads, Tommy. So let's see where we can put it. We could, well, first of all, we could put some right on the front. And I think I would like to do that. But what I don't know is, do I want brown? Do I want black? Do I want gray? I'm kind of thinking I like black. Yes, so what I want to do with this is like a double lace, like this. And you can cut right down through the middle. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to cut right about here. And maybe I'll make this, okay. I think I will do, I don't know. I think what we need to do is figure out first. I definitely want another piece, I think. So let's cut another one. I was kind of thinking of doing either like do the front page and the back of that piece of that digital in each color, and then I could do a black, do like a gray and a brown. Or do I want to do the different colors in each signature? I don't know. So I was thinking of doing, like, if I did black here, I could do black here. Like this. And then these could be different colors. Let's see. See, this one could be gray because it's got a lot of gray in it. We could do gray. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we could do gray here and then do brown on this one. And if we do that, then I will end up, if I make 2, then I would end up with, I could put a black on a page in the gray one, a black on the page in the brown, a gray in the black and brown, and a brown in the black and gray. I know, kind of confusing, but so there. So I'm going to do that. So lay that there, and I want this on the inside. So put that on the inside. Do I want this on the inside or the outside? If I do the inside, the outside. I want it on the inside. Okay, so we'll lay that one there. And this one here. Okay, so let's cut our gray. And we want to cut 2 grays as well. Yeah, my grandson's coming for dinner, so I asked him if he wanted curry chicken or Alfredo. And we make Alfredo, a lot of times we just put bacon on top. Fried bacon, and that's what he chose. I don't want to lose my pins. Oh, this one didn't have a pin. This one was in a bag. But this gray one did have a pin. And it's right here. Good job, Tommy. So that's what we're going to have. Probably penny riggies with bacon. Penny riggy Alfredo with bacon. That's what we'll have. And I'll make a salad. He's so funny. I asked him the other day, what do you like on your salad? And I could have sworn he was the one that didn't like tomatoes, but it's not him. He doesn't mind tomatoes, but he said onions. And I said, oh, you don't like onions? I didn't know that. And he said, well, it's not that I don't like onions. He said, it's just that when you cut them, you slice them so small. He said that when I get done eating my salad, that's like the last bite is a bite full of onions. So I didn't put onions in there last time. So I have 2 grays. Oh, okay, I have 2 blacks. Let's do these 2, and then we'll cut the browns, and then we'll see how long we have to. I may have to fast forward you when I glue them in, or glue them in and come back once you know where they're going. It's not that pertinent that you actually see me do it, right? Okay, I'm gonna do black here, or excuse me, brown here. But it was kind of cool because he wanted to make a journal the other day. He's been watching YouTube videos, and he saw, I can't remember who it was, a gentleman bind some papers. It wasn't a journal. It wasn't somebody that made journals. It was somebody that like binds paper and makes books. And gosh, I wish I could remember what his name was. It sounded Italian, I thought, but maybe not. Maybe it was like Portuguese or something. I don't know. So we're going to put a brown one on this one and a brown in here. Anyways, I can't remember what kind of binding it was where he had like 7 signatures or 8 signatures, and he did the stitching where you go up and you go through all the different stitches so you see your signatures, and there's binding. And Z was really, my grandson was really intrigued by that, and he carries a small notebook with him, and so he made a small one, just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch we did. He picked a cover for it, and of course we made it out of craft paper, which he kind of wasn't very thrilled with. He was trying to write on it, and he didn't have the right, he wouldn't use a pen. He had to have a pencil, and that's one of the hard things on craft. It's hard to write in pencil. So anyways, he wants to make one of those journals, so he wanted to kind of see how it starts, what you use. So he made a little journal the other day. That was kind of fun. And while he was doing that, his wife was sorting beads. She's going to do some beading project, and she needed to sort them into colors because she's a lot like I am. Got to have everything just so. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put the lace on, and then, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the lace off camera, and then when we come back to add something new and work on these again, I'll show you the lace at that time. So thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. I appreciate you all so much. Please like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. We'd love to have you. Leave a comment. I love to interact with everybody. And if you'd like to see when I upload new videos, ring the bell. I think that's it. Have a good day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.